Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. If you want a chance to win some free silver, actually several of chances to win some free silver, make sure you click that subscribe button. I'm doing a 38,000 subscriber silver giveaway right now. The entry video is still open. You only have probably a day or two to enter, so make sure you click subscribe and go do that. I'm also doing a 39,000 subscriber silver giveaway and a 40,000 subscriber silver giveaway where the prize is going to be over $1,000 worth of silver. So being subscribed is a no-brainer. I also post daily videos, so it's just that much better. I'm always going to keep you guys in the loop. I'm never going to tell you stuff you don't need to know. Every single thing, every single article that I talk about, that I break down, is straight to the point, and it's critical information. You cannot be blindly investing. It's not realistic in today's day and age, especially this video talking about how silver isn't the same. The markets are changing. How you used to invest 10, 15 years ago is dramatically different than today, and you need to learn how to adjust and adapt with that. So that's what this video is going to talk about. Now, even if you weren't investing back in the, back a decade ago, even if you just started, this video is still just as important because we have to learn how to adjust and adapt moving forwards. Because yeah, how we invested back in the day is different than today, but that also applies moving forward. So how we invest today isn't going to be the same in 10 years. We have to learn how to constantly adjust and adapt with the times, and that's what separates gamblers from investors. Gamblers just throw money at something and hope that it sticks, hope that they win. The odds are against them. Investors make strategic decisions based off of information, and that's what we do. We take information, we break it down, we apply what the current principles are, the tools, and we use that in our favor. So today, I want to break down this article, and it's talking about the gold and silver markets have changed. What about you? And I like this article because it's written about a year ago, and this is right, in the middle of the first wave of the pandemic. So they do incorporate that, but we can also see a little bit of evidence afterwards and see what they mean by that into effect. So the summary is the 2011 to early 2019 precious metal bear saga was broken only by a 6-month bull hiatus in early 2016, which was the July 2016 high of $21 silver, which then gave most of the rise back over the next 2 years. Now, in spite of some very powerful evidence from the contrary, the general investing public still questions both the validity and the upside potential of physical precious metals and the share prices of producing miners. Now, his premise today is that the physical gold and silver market has fundamentally changed. And if you intend to gear up and stay on this evolving multiple-year historic run, you'd best do the same. Right? How you invested, back in the day isn't going to work. The same stacking strategy isn't going to apply. I made a video where I visited my local coin shop and I was talking to the owner. He's been investing in the precious metals for 45 years. He saw the 1980 high of $50 silver, right? He saw a lot happen. And even he agreed, even he said that your strategy has to change. You have to learn how to evolve with it. So we tend, and that's because, and I'm going to give you the reason because I'm never just going to throw something out and not explain why, right? That's very, context matters, especially when it comes to investing. So why it's changing or how it's changing is because the digital age we live in. News gets around a lot easier. Everyone has a smartphone. There's apps coming out like Robinhood that make it extremely easy to invest. Back in the day, it was Wall Street, big business, mainstream suit and type of people that were investing. Nowadays, especially since the Bitcoin boom, it's hip, it's cool to be an investor now. And you see kids that are 18, 19-year-old investing. Where back in the day, even with precious metals or stocks, it was 30, 40-year-olds, 30, 40, 50 up that were investing. Nowadays, you have 19, 20-year-olds, and the age is getting lower, which also influences the market, but also the news, how news is getting around. A single tweet from Donald Trump can send silver prices flying. Elon Musk tweeting 4 letters, Doge, which resembles Dogecoin, sends the market up hundreds of %. We're living in a new day and age. The markets are affected with speculation, and that's not only dangerous, but that's also something that we have to get used to. Silver's not the same. Also, not only just with speculation, the prices are affected by different things, and the prices are new to stay. There is no spot price silver anymore. Spot price is $27, but you're never going to find an American Eagle sold at $27 anymore, right? Back in the day, I would go to the local coin shop. He would look at spot price and he would give me $1 over spot. Nowadays, go to the coin shop, he's going to charge you $10, $15 over spot. Why is that, Silver Slayer? Scarcity, because there's a silver shortage, because demand is high and supply is low. So anyways, now in spite of some very powerful evidence, the general investing public still questions both validity and upside potential. So over the last year or so, gold and silver ETF share inflows, which are supposed to be backed by growing amounts of metal, have been surging, setting monthly records time after time. In just the last 2 years, silver bullion held the trust of the ETFs risen by 22 million ounces. And today, it's crazy. We're talking about, I think it was 1 billion ounces. It passed 1 billion ounces. And these numbers, I don't even think the human brain can fathom. Ounces vaulted under the SLV, which holds 1/2 most silver owned, is published daily, has become a must-follow item for speculators and investors alike. As such, trust missions of mirroring metal prices serve as a proxy for silver investment demand. So, when we're talking about the ETF side of it, and by the way, let me know in the comments, do you invest into just the physical metal? Do you invest in the ETF side of it, and why? Right? I always say, if you can't hold it, you don't own it. The reason I buy physical precious metals is because that's where the real value is, right? The spot price, the price tag attached to that coin is essentially irrelevant because the value is the 1 ounce of silver inside of that coin, not the price tag attached to it. And if you're applying that principle to anything else, then silver really is the only thing. Silver and gold are the only things that have real value, right? A lot of people, I was actually talking to someone in my last video, a couple of videos ago, said gold is real money, silver isn't. And I said, why? What makes gold money and silver not money? They're both safe haven. They both have intrinsic value. They both have been used as money for over 5,000 years, right? What makes gold money and what makes silver not money? Silver was literally money once upon a time. Pre-1965, go to the store, hand a $50 walking liberty to the store clerk, and you would give them 50 cents of silver. But there was actually 50 cents in that transaction because there was 50 cents worth of silver inside of that walking liberty. So when I exchanged 50 cents for, 50 cents of gas, I was exchanging it was a fair exchange. 50 cents worth of silver inside of that $50 went to the store clerk, and I, in return, got 50 cents of gas. Nowadays, 2 quarters does not have any silver inside of it, so there is no value of exchange that's transacted. Now you can see how inflation, you can see how that all is going to put things going downhill. And that's also why 50 cents back in the day could get you a gallon of gas, and nowadays it can't, right? What if I told you that 50 cent walking liberty back then could still get you a gallon of gas today, though? You want to know how? Because I could take that 50 cent walking liberty, go to the coin shop, sell it for, $10, and then I could go get a gallon of gas. So literally, that proves, that's evidence that silver is timeless. Back in the day, it was the face value of the coin that was getting me the gallon of gas. But nowadays, it's the metal content, the 50 cents of silver inside of that walking liberty that I would sell the coin for to still get that same gallon of gas. So that's how you could see that silver is literally timeless. It's timeless, but the markets are still changing. What affected silver back then is a lot different than now. And if you do not adjust and adapt with the times, you're going to get burnt. Patience, balance, budgeting. Some of the most important words. You got to have patience. If you're investing in a silver and you're trying to get to $100 within a year, and if you don't have that much patience, or if that doesn't happen by a year and you give up, then you're investing for the wrong reason, and you're bound to fail in any investment. I'm not planning on selling silver for 10, 15, 20 years. So why in the world would I want it to go up anytime soon? I wouldn't want silver to go up for another decade, because that means I can accumulate a lot more silver while the price is cheap. And then more profits in return. If silver hits $50, $100 in the next year or so, I won't be able to make or stack anywhere near as much silver because I'll be paying higher prices. So it's funny how people get happy when silver goes up right now, but I really don't like that. I don't want it to go up. What do you need validation when it goes up? Does that validate that you are investing to the right thing? True silver stackers know that silver's the right thing. True silver stackers know the true value of silver, so we don't need validation. See what I'm saying? Bitcoin's at like $57,000 right now. And every time it goes up, that's when most people buy it. And then it's going to correct in a couple days, probably down to like 52, 53. And that's when everyone's going to sell it and say, see, it was a bad investment. You see how backwards thinking that is? When it's high, you shouldn't be buying it. You should be selling it. When it's low, that's when you buy it. Get in before the curve. When most people are selling something, that's when you should be buying it. And when most people are buying something, that's when you should be selling it. Most people bought Bitcoin in 2017 when it hit 18,000. That was the highest. That's when everyone was talking about it. If you're trying to get into something and everyone's already been talking about it, it's too late. You got to get in before the curve. Before the curve. Just like with GSX, right? That coin, that GSX gold secured currency, it's a crypto backed by physical gold. The coin is 10 cents right now. 10 cents. But once it hits the exchange and everyone hears about it and their other mines open up, their alluvial mines already opened, but once, it catches the attention, it's going to hit about 30, 40, 50 cents. We're going to be 4 times our money. But that's when the majority of people are going to start buying GSX when it's at 50 cents. That's when me and you sell it to them. Talk about $100 silver, $50 silver. When silver hits $50 and people finally hop on the train, they're going to be paying $50 an ounce. That's when we, the people that have been buying it since $15, $20, $25, are going to be selling it to them. What about $100 silver? Who's going to pay $100 for an ounce of silver? I bet you will. If you want silver, if you want to keep adding it, you better hope that people are buying it. If you want the newest, latest iPhone, you better hope that big business is still going to buy it. And of course they will. Gold is $2,000 an ounce. They're willing to do that. Why wouldn't you pay $100 an ounce for something that's used a lot more in technology? Silver is definitely a lot more compatible in the industrial world than gold is. If you think about all this stuff realistically, it's easy to say. And someone who's going to say silver's never going to hit $100, think about this. Think about in 5 years how long that is. Think about in 10 years. Not even 10 years ago, silver was $50. 10 years ago, think about it, just realistically. Think about how much could happen in 5 years or 10 years. So much could happen. So much. 5 years ago, right, 2016? Think about how long ago that was. Think about 5 years from now, how different the world's going to be, how broke or how collapsed the dollar will be. Think about our financial system in 5 years. Think about the silver shortage in 5 years. Do you really think that silver's still going to be $27 in 5 years from now? Heck no. You got to think about the reality. Right now, we can't think about $100 silver because we're desensitized to this price. But once it starts hitting $30, $40, $50, and the price is here, you accept that price, you get desensitized to it. Then it hits $60, $70, and you're desensitized. And then it hits $100, and you're desensitized, you've accepted that price. And then when you think about $27 silver, that's going to seem crazy to you. Be like, holy crap, silver was $27 one day. You see how you get desensitized to prices? I started buying Bitcoin at $1,800, and if you would have told me it would be $57,000 in 2021, I would have been mind blown. I would have been mind blown. But right now, it's normal because I've accepted it. Now I'm looking at $1,800 silver, and I'm mind blown. Do you see how it's all about perspective? You can't let perspective affect the way you invest. So people saying that silver's never going to hit $100, you're not thinking. You're not thinking from the right perspective. You're letting judgment, you're letting doubts, you're letting your mind hinder your opportunity or what's in front of you. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you thought this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. I post daily videos every single day, giving you guys the latest, newest information, what you got to do, what's affecting the markets, and more importantly, how it's going to affect your strategy and what you got to do about it. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up. Make sure you're subscribed. Got my 38,000 subscriber giveaway entry video, so make sure you go enter that. Click that subscribe button. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.